good feeling. Yeah.
Many of you have probably been on a rope swing before, or at least seen one. But have you ever thought of the physics of a rope swing? There's a lot of science to consider before you jump. Let's dive into the physics behind this fun summer activity.
Some of the most important concepts behind rope swings are projectile motion, conservation of energy, centripetal motion, and pendulums. Let's look at some video examples of how these topics affect a person on a rope swing. The first principle that helps a swinger to succeed is centripetal motion. Centripetal motion is circular motion. If you think about a rope swing, the tree branch where the rope is attached acts as the center, and the rope revolves around the branch. It doesn't revolve all the way around, of course. The tension in the rope provides the torque required to move in the circular arc. Because the direction of acceleration is changing, but the force of gravity stays the same, the force of gravity will be greater at the bottom of the swing, when the force counteracting gravity is the least. Therefore, when a person jumps off a ledge and swings down, as shown, the torque exerted on the person at the bottom of the swing is greater than the person's weight. Then, as he accelerates upward, the net torque is upward, and the rope pulls upward with a larger torque than weight. The person follows a circular path rather than falling straight down or heading in a straight line.
Another concept that helped this next daredevil to succeed is conservation of energy. Conservation of energy states that energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. In this situation, kinetic energy, or the energy of movement, is zero before the person jumps off the ledge. All energy is stored as gravitational potential energy, or the energy of position, at this point. Once the person jumps, the energy must be conserved, so the potential energy is transformed into kinetic energy. So during this arc, the potential energy decreases while the kinetic energy increases. Then when the person reaches the lowest point, kinetic energy is at its maximum, and there's no gravitational potential energy. When the daredevil is swinging back up, the maximum kinetic energy is now decreasing while potential energy is increasing, and at the end of his arc, the maximum potential energy of gravity resumes. The person who understands this concept will have a better chance of success because they will know when to let go of the rope to transform the potential energy into the right amount of kinetic energy.
The best part of going off a rope swing is when you let go and experience projectile motion in free fall, or the path of trajectory that is followed. The person accelerates until he reaches the bottom of the swing, where velocity is the greatest. Then, on the way up, velocity and acceleration begin to decrease until the person reaches the peak of the swing, where the y component of velocity is zero. Projectile motion then comes into play when the swinger lets go of the rope. He will move in free fall and continue to travel forward with the same horizontal velocity of the swing until gravity begins to pull him down. The person lets go of the rope toward the top of the swing to enjoy a large arc with maximum displacement and entering safely into the water.
The last concept that is important on rope swings is pendulums. The swing acts as a giant pendulum with the rope as the string and the person as the pendulum bob. Since the mass of a pendulum bob does not affect the period or how long it takes to complete one cycle of a pendulum, the mass of a person that jumps off the rope swing should not affect the velocity of their swing. However, it is possible for the rope to snap, but that's a completely different topic. To think of a swing as a pendulum, one must assume air resistance and rope mass are negligible. If a person does not let go of the swing at the top, the swing will continue to swing back and forth until the person lets go or the air resistance brings the pendulum to a stop. This person has a good understanding of the physics of a pendulum as they let go at the peak of their swing before the rope begins to swing backwards towards its original starting position.
As you can see, all of these principles work together to create a successful ride on a rope swing. If these concepts are not considered, however, the person will not succeed.
Let's take a look at some people who have poor understandings of the physics involved in the ride.
If a person does not understand the principle of centripetal motion, and if the torque is too great, the person will not continue in a circular path and will instead continue in a straight line. This happens if the person tries to jump off a ledge that is too high. Their acceleration will be too great and there will be too much gravity and tension in the rope for the person to successfully continue in an arc. Instead, they will continue downwards in a straight line, and that looks like it hurts. If the swinger does not know about the transformation of potential energy to kinetic energy, they may be surprised when they suddenly pick up speed after release and it becomes increasingly difficult to hang on at the bottom of the swing. This is, of course, due to conservation of energy. A person will not experience success if they do not understand projectile motion. If a person lets go at the wrong time, either too late or too early, they will fall straight down or go flying outward. Lastly, a swinger who doesn't understand pendulums will surely not succeed. He will not know that the swing travels fastest at the bottom of the arc, or that when the swing reaches its peak, it will then begin to travel back towards its original position. Most people fail because they don't understand the physics behind rope swings, but then there are some people who just display exceptional stupidity.
I get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling, yeah. Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling.